For the essay, where you're going is the same place where you go for the blogs. So it's here. Of course, I already have it up in another tab. You're going to scroll down because for the most part, this page is dedicated to the blogs. And then here's the essay. So you may have thought that you could write your essay on anything, but that's not necessarily the case. You need to be able to write an essay that responds to the prompts that we've given you. Chances are your ideas are fitting this in some way, shape, or form. So definitely just don't skim over this. I'm looking for a literary essay that's about 1,000 words. So it's about 4 to 5 pages. All right. Please do not go over this by too much. Like, don't give me a 1,500 word essay. Definitely don't give me a 2,000 word essay. I will stop reading it. I will stop reading it. You can't go over. So there's 2 prompts for Marxian. There's 2 prompts for archetypes. There's 1 prompt for feminism, and there's 1 prompt for postcolonialism. So depending on what you're feeling, you are picking one of those prompts to interact with. And then you can see that this is, for the most part, a writing task. However, there is a bit here where I'm looking at your literary lens. So showing that you understand your book and how your book fits in that literary lens is in here. So that's that. Your essay is due at 3 p.m. on Monday. So if you are one of those people who's working or volunteering during summer school, you're going to have to figure out how you're going to get me this essay within those timeframes. The Dropbox is closed at 3 p.m. So the essay Dropbox will close at 3 p.m. And if you don't submit a summative piece, that's something that I need to get my vice principal involved with. It's like not going to an exam. So you need to make sure you're hitting those timelines more than you've ever hit those timelines in the past. The following day, our video blog is due. I'll do a video on that later, but again, it's due at 3 p.m. And the last day, our media analysis is due, and this is a big one. It's due at 11 a.m. So if you are not a morning person and you've been doing all your work like between the hours of 8 p.m. and God knows how late into the evening, that's not going to work. You're going to need to get ahead. So I'm telling you this now so you can get ahead over the weekend, because you're not really going to have a lot of time to get ahead during the actual day. Like, do you really want to do a video blog and a media analysis all in one day? Probably not. So I'm letting you know so you have lots of time and you can't come back and tell me that I didn't let you know. Other than that, hang in there. I'm going to be marking, and you are winding down. So have an excellent day, and we'll talk to you.